people went, holy shit, he's really gone. I mean, George Clooney might write a letter to the New York Times next, or in case of Donald Trump, it might be James Woods, but there'll be somebody going, hey, he's batshit nuts. So you go.
Hey, and by the way, on that, Brian, after the speech, I had two Republicans who still talk to me, well-connected Republicans who called me and said, he's gone. He's nuts. I forgot the doctor, the surgeon on CNN, great guy. He
Sanjay,
went on and he said, I have real concerns. That was 18 minutes of like manic whatever.
yeah.
I'm worried about his state. That's scary.
Well, yes, as a member of the electorate, as a reporter who's covered him, watching that 18-minute, I felt like he had either been amped up on Adderall or he had enough caffeine in him to adequately supply an infantry division. He was gone, baby.
Brian, you covered him every minute of every hour of every day in the first term. There's a big difference. And again, he's always been a bad guy. There's a big difference between Trump 1 and 2. What is it?
The difference between Trump 1 and Trump 2 is Trump 1, he could speak cogently and you may not agree with him.
Yeah.
But he could speak cogently for an extended length of time. Now, pool reporters, us covering this administration, we have to parse his quotes and pick words out 4 or 5 at a time to hope that we get some meaning from them, because he just rambles. It's just stream of consciousness. It comes out of his mouth, plus the physical deterioration. The thing I pointed out is that speech that he made from the diplomatic reception room in the first administration, he would have gone to, I don't know, Charleston, West Virginia, or Monroeville, Pennsylvania, and stood in front of 5,000 or 6,000 supporters, the cameras away from him. He would have appeared less manic. He would have appeared more presidential, quote, air quotes around that term, but he wouldn't have. But now he's in a closed quarters. He doesn't do well in those events anyway, when they're in and he sits down a lot more than he used to. He stood up for this, but
Brian, he's always sitting down.
Yes, always sitting down. And it looked like they had enhanced his performance. Maybe it was just energy drinks. I won't guess what it was, but for him to stand up for 18 minutes and just berate and yell, that seemed like it was, I was worried about, and he was clutching the lectern. I thought the poor son of a bitch, I almost felt sorry for him.
No, don't go there. Don't you
almost,
go there.
I said almost. If he had been.
And there's never been transparency in his physical health.
No.
He came out 2 weeks ago. He said, I had an MRI. For what, he was asked. He didn't know for what.
He didn't even know what part of the body. There's that. To me, he's lost his ability for cogent thought, and we have failed as reporters to cover it adequately. And, I love him. I don't want to see another Jake Tapper tour 2 years from now going, I knew the whole time and we didn't report on it. We reported on Biden. Some of us did, and questioned it often and got, Biden pissed off at us, as is our job. But I think we've kind of fallen down on this.
I agree. So I guess to put a bow on this, Brian, look, I think he's incapacitated. I think he's gone. I think he's a madman. I think he's a psychopath. I think he's a danger right now to the country. I think he should be removed. I do believe we live in a time where he has so captured my former party. I don't think my former party will ever take advantage of the 25th Amendment. That is the only tool. I don't see them doing it. And then what the fuck?
Until do you see it at?